What's up, guys? You have asked for it, and I am finally back. Let's take you on a ride and full walkthrough of my brand new to me 1988 Formula 357 SR1. That's wide open. With some pretty special big block power. Here we go. My neighbors that really don't like me over here call the police on me because of this. But that's freaking awesome. Come on. Absolutely incredible. Listen, I'm sorry it's been a hot minute, but life has been very busy recently. High five, America. I got to replace that with my 250 specialty anniversary flag. You know, not enough people are flying American flags these days, and I really want to just stop and talk to you guys for a second about a pretty pressing issue in the United States as well as the world right now. And that's that these boats are dying. There aren't many of them left out there, much less in this beautiful of shape. Behind me is a 1988 Formula 357 SR1, the flagship of Formula speedboats in 1988. And no, it is not the gross, nasty, well, it actually looks the exact same, but not the one I showed you from Southern Maryland that I looked at, I think last fall. No, this is actually a fairly special unit that I drove 10 hours like a madman up to Maine to pick up, actually, northern New Hampshire. And I will get to it eventually, but I'll show you here. Really, the only reason I bought this boat is for what's under the hood. So, welcome back to Boat Revival by Ben. We've been busting our butt to get back to a state where we can put out some videos for you guys, and I'm gonna say it, exclusively focus on old, badass, muscle speedboats. Welcome to Boat Revival by Ben, and here we go. We're back, 100% back. Oh. This boat has pink on it. Yep. I bought a pink boat. Okay. Here we go. So first and foremost, welcome. If you guys are new to the channel or have liked some of our past videos or tuning in to see more speedboat stuff like this, I don't really have a way of telling you guys when I'm putting out more content unless you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. So please go ahead and do that. I appreciate it. You'll appreciate it. All you old timers out there that are tuning in to check out these old speedboats, I think that's what I'm going to focus on moving forward. So if that's what you like, hang around. If not, and you're looking for more old boat stuff, sorry, we're not doing that anymore. All right, so here we go. 1988 Formula 357 SR1. And if you guys remember, this is a part of a grand scheme that I created in my head after having too many drinks one night, where I decided that I'm going to start collecting these old, big, heavy pieces of fiberglass that actually don't go that fast for old school speedboats. But anyway, this is boat number 2. So if you guys have been following along, I have a 1985 Formula 302 SR1 with the sport racing windshield that I put 2 fuel injected engines into. I owe you an update video on that boat. However, it does run and drive. I actually headed out Memorial Day weekend. We took it down to Lake Norman in, well, just outside of Charlotte. We went and saw the Coca-Cola 600, and we also took that boat out on the water. happy to report that it kind of runs. I'm having some fuel injection issues. I think something along the lines of 25-year-old salt corroded throttle position, idle air control, and map sensors are causing a problem. Who would have thought? But motors run good, I got them timed right, and I got to do a little bit of tuning in regards to the fuel injection. So we'll get to that boat later. She's beautiful, she looks pretty. The trailer survived 900 miles, no issues. We're good. Boat number 2 now of this formula collection is this bad girl right here. Now, I know I've looked at a few gross old formulas, and at the end of the day, it's a shame, but the hulls themselves really aren't worth that much money. Where you get into value of these is, one, obviously it had to be maintained and at least decently kept. You don't want one that's rotten out, nasty interior, all that. 2, the hardware, the business end of these old speedboats. And this one specifically has something very special underneath the engine hatch. But let's check this out here first. So, come here, come with me. Point of view time. Yes, we have some TRS-age going on back here. We've got the classic TRS stern drives. These aren't racing drives. These aren't number 3s. They're not number 5s. They're not whatever the old racing junk is that you can barely find parts for any days. They're just simple TRSs. I have 2 more drives sitting in my shop. I've got 4 sets of different props. These are the 23 pitch Mirage Plus, which are technically, I guess, 25 pitch propellers, as I'm told. Drives have been serviced. We've got some badass Latham hydraulic marine steering that the previous owner added. Some beautiful tailpipes, no swim platform. The Silent Thunder was removed. The back of this was repainted. The bottom of this boat had bottom paint on it at one point, but it's actually looking pretty good. Oh, also, one of the previous owners hit me up. Check this out. Custom stainless water pickups. What was that? I don't know. Anyway, you should see the setup inside this boat. It's pretty badass. But those are our water pickups. So we're not picking up water through the drives. We're picking up through some scoops. They go through strainers. We'll get to that on the inside. You know, the hull itself, it's like a 7 out of 10. You know, it's got some chips, scratches. I actually just polished this side yesterday. Get rid of most of the oxidation. I need to step up my polishing compound and get it to shine a little bit more. But honestly, you know, it's not terrible. See, that looks pretty good. The paint, pretty smooth. But I do need to take care of the other side. So I'm gonna, part of me in my journey today is doing some waxing. The worst of it is actually, oh, just ripped my jeans again, up here. And the top, unfortunately, I started to, but I'm gonna have to wet sand the whole top and then step it up and polish it, which I don't need to show you guys. That's just buffing and waxing. But anyway, the hull, you know, 6, 7 out of 10. Not why I bought it. You can kind of see where I stopped polishing yesterday with my oxidation. Heavy cut, cleaner wax. But we'll keep going. This one was not kept in a garage and unused for 20 years like the 85-302 was. But I do appreciate a boat that has some character. And this thing has about 1,200 things that give it character. You know, quick side charade, quest, whatever, is comment, you know, I don't know. Anyway, you guys tell me down below in the comments. Propellers. I have, like I said, 4 sets of propellers. I've got some 21 pitch Mirages. I've got these 23 pitch Mirage Pluses. And then I also have 23 and 21 pitch Cleavers. Those are the sharp pointy end props that I do believe came on these boats originally. And then they came out with the Mirages for the Bravos and whatever. I think the guys prefer these in regards to just like standard cruising. But, you know, let me know your opinion. It is my goal at some point here to do a full prop test video on one of these boats, if not both of the formulas, just to see pickup speed, performance, you know, overall top end, cruising, you name it. I think it just would be kind of fun. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on Mercury props, what I should be running. Allegedly, this boat will do about 70 with its current prop setup. Like I said, slow, big, heavy boat. This thing weighs like 10,000 pounds with its current setup. You know, an equivalent stepped haul, lighter boat can probably do 80 very easily with the horsepower that this thing is packing. Sorry, I got a little distracted. Let me finish up polishing this hull side. I don't know if you guys can even tell in the video the difference, but there's just a bunch of oxidation on it. I'm gonna have to cut it a few times. I don't think I'm gonna get to it as good as I want to for this season, but it's gonna be better than it is at the very least. I've just been doing, you know, 3-4 foot sections at a time, using heavy cut, cleaner wax, get rid of the oxidation, and then I'll probably go back over the whole boat with like a hyper hold. I've been using Stark products. This is just McGuire's cleaner wax, but yeah, Stark products, hyper hold, polish, basically holds the detail, the wax that's in it. But yeah, I'm gonna rip through this real quick. About 2,000 RPM with the yellow wool. All right, that part's done, and honestly, look at that. Look at that reflection. See that? Actually turned out pretty good. It's not perfect, but a lot better. A lot of that oxidation's removed. Let me show you the bad part of the boat here. This is all faded. I gotta basically wet sand this out in stages and get it to be like this, hopefully. I mean, if it ended up like this, I'd be super happy. I think I can do it. It's just gonna take orbital with the high grit pad, water, and time. So I'm gonna tackle that. But before I do, come here. I will show you what I hope you've been waiting for. And honestly, the number one reason why I chose this boat over a lot of others that are out there currently. There's actually less 357s on the market than you would think. And obviously, people want like a 1992 or newer to get the updated hull forms, updated cockpit, looks a little bit nicer bathroom, all that. Or, you know, obviously you could go to a fast tech, but these have that nostalgic, cool, old timer feel to them. That's what I like. But anyway, boom. First off, somebody spent a lot of money and time. Well, I won't say a lot of money, a lot of time to update the dash panel and painted all of the old pieces that are in this boat. So they updated this whole dash, they sprayed everything, put new gauges in it, added a little chart plotter, which is sweet. The mechanical Mercury Racing tab and drive indicators that never fail. The hydraulic steering, like I was talking about. This is a little jankum, but somebody wanted the trim on the throttles, so I gotta recut a panel here. But a nice looking dashboard. The seats are probably a 6 out of 10. They're a little faded, cracked, a little dirty. I've cleaned them once already. And then of course the custom formula carpet, which is great. They updated JL audio all throughout the boat, and then added a fusion head unit down below, also very nice. Remember, as boat number 2, this needed to be the next generation after my 1985. So for this criteria, the curved windshield was a big aspect of that. So having the Thunderbird curved, what then became an iconic look for Formula, was this big curved glass windshield. So obviously this is an older boat. It's 2 pieces. That's pretty typical for them. Easy to replace glass panels if something were to break or happen. I'll give you a tour of the cabin last, but there you go. There's your view from the driver's seat, looking out to the bow. I don't know. My whole perception of boat size is skewed. This doesn't really feel like that big of a boat, but it was the biggest speedboat for Formula in this era. All right. Moment you've been waiting for. Come on. Get the battery switches on. My engine hatch switch. The big old engine hatch. All right, if you had to guess, 1, what engines do you think are in the boat? 2, when this boat came out, Mercury had, I'll throw the pamphlet up, it's a really cool PDF. They had so many engine options that you could pick from. And honestly, it was super neat. I mean, they introduced the Bravo 1 stern drive, which was awesome. But then you had all of these TRS and then Mercury Racing drive options paired with motors. So you had 370 horsepower twin setup all the way up to, I think, 575 or maybe even 625. If you got the 8.9 liters with the superchargers. And you'll see here, the engine bay has all the space to put as much power as you want in the boat. So drum roll, please. Here's the engine bay. Check that out. For a guy like me, this is just absolutely, it's like jewelry. This is like jewelry. I mean, a pair of custom-built Mercury Racing engines. No, these are not 8.2 liters, so they're not 502s, they're not 59s, or 502s. They're not 502s, they're not 8.2 liter, they're not 8.9 liter. These are actually twin 454 big blocks, bored over 30 thousandths, so they're 460 cubic inches apiece, with dart heads, Manley rods and pistons, 10-quart oil pans, Edelbrock Performer intakes, 850 CFM Holley carburetors, double pumpers, all the fuel lines, AN fittings, upgraded size. Somebody, and I know exactly who, the previous owner, put a lot of money into building the 2 engines that are here. Went through them all, put brand new bearings in it. These things maybe have 20 hours on them since rebuild. Not to mention, like $6,000 to $10,000 exhaust manifolds, risers. I mean, this is expensive stuff. Really expensive stuff. MSD, HEI ignitions, transmissions were rebuilt when these motors were put back in the boat. It is a dream. This is literally a dream come true for me specifically. And then remember those stainless steel pickups on the back of the boat? Well, these are actually the handles that you lift up and move to open those valves versus hooking up your hose and running them right off the strainers here. There's nothing that I need to do mechanically on this boat. It's all cosmetic, and as you saw earlier, we're getting there to make it look very nice. Another thing you'll notice, they are raw water cooled. So water directly from the bay or lake. There is no heat exchanger. They're not running coolant or anything like that. So every single time I run these, I'm gonna have to hook them up to a hose and flush them, because the brackish water from the Chesapeake Bay could really do a lot of damage to these things. So I just spent probably an hour down here yesterday, heavily disinfecting and cleaning this whole cabin. But again, it's clean. It's in good shape. Check out this little sexy table. That's awesome. No water intrusion. It's dry. Carpet actually looks pretty good. You got your little hobbit bathroom. Of course. Got a little porta-john in there. This door gives me a little problem, but that's all right. But yeah, I mean, it's for the 357, you get the extra forward hatches, Bomar. These classic clanky old school ones, but they're all metal, they work. And then, you know, U-lounge seating, big enough for 6 to 8 people chilling and hanging out down here. No air conditioning, nothing fancy, but I mean, you can see. Anchor light. Somebody gave me an extra Simrad display too. But I mean, I'm 6 foot, 6'2", whatever. I'm definitely gonna be drinking and dreaming down here. Oh. Yep. Yep. Yeah, this is nice. No staining on the ceiling either. I'm actually pretty impressed. Now I just need a beer. Does anyone have a beer? No beer. Yeah, I mean, compared to the... Yeah, excuse me, just join my TED Talk here. Compared to the 302, it's a little taller. I won't say like it's not like drastically taller, at least headroom wise down below. You can't stand up and walk. I mean, that's how all these speedboats work. You gotta crouch over. But couch wise, I mean, this section right here, you get this extra 3 feet. The bar area, bathroom's the same size, but the bar, you get a little extra room. I mean, I think I said it before, but in this boat versus like the 311, which they were also making the 311 SR1 at the same time, so that would have been the step down from this boat. You get that extra 5 feet right here in the cabin. A little bit in the cockpit too, but yeah, I mean, you get I think a little bit more space at the bed area up forward here. Not that we'll ever really sleep on that. And then yeah, definitely on this U lounge. So that's all I have to say about that. You guys can skip past this part if you don't want to hear about formula and how they changed these boats and, you know, what they updated and what they didn't. I mean, compared to 1985 interior, this is much more modern. It's not as dingy, divey, velvety, you know, red, dark wood vibe that you get in the 85. It feels more modern. I think that gives it a little bit of a cleaner feel. This vinyl padding that's insulated on the wall definitely helps a decent bit too. You know, the clear acrylic black, the white roof. It just feels lighter down here. And this specific hull is the Palm Beach themed hull. So that's the pink, teal, and black with the yellow line that you see on the hull. And then down below here, you got some teak, you got the teal accents, the black doors, and then the light gray or dark gray, whatever you want to call this. Well, it wouldn't be a true bin boat purchase if every single trailer tire wasn't absolutely dry rotted beyond compare. So of the 6 tires on this trailer, we've got one from the 85 Formula trailer because this one ballooned and grenaded itself. We've got a Tractor Supply Special, smaller than it should be, sitting in the middle here. Again, 225, 75, 70, 225, 70. No, that's even different. I mean, 15 inch, 16 inch, 16 inch. Again, these are all just a smorgasbord of the wrong size tire. I personally have no idea why anyone ever puts a radial off-road tread tire on their trailer. Just go for the heavy hauler, smooth tire that's real thick. And you know, most 2500 trucks have E-rated tires. I would go with the G-rated. Super thick, steel lined, and then again, just the smooth, literally the tires on the front of my John Deere 332. Just basically a rib tire. I don't know what you want to call it, but anyway, you see it on all the heavy hauler trailers. But screw these tires. We got a new wheel bearing back there. If I'm ever gonna, I have to trailer this thing 10 miles down the road to get it to the lift. So everything on it right now is fine. So those are 2 originals. That was a spare from Tractor Supply. I need a new bearing here, or I need a new wheel hub because look, missing literally 2 studs. I'm sure that's healthy. The noise this boat makes scratches an itch that I haven't been able to scratch for most of my life. I mean, growing up, going to the Lake of the Ozarks, seeing all of these boats and just being absolutely infatuated with how they sound, the way they look when they're running down the water. I mean, I've really never had a boat that sounds like this. And well, I'm just gonna let it speak for itself here. Stand by. So, "460 cubic inches," and I wouldn't be surprised if my neighbors that really don't like me over here call the police on me because of this. But that's freaking awesome. That noise is just incredible. This literally hasn't run in a month. Incredible. Yeah, I mean, guys, this thing's the real deal. This is the freaking real deal. I know you can't see me right now. I'm in the engine bay currently, switching my hose over. I mean, you guys have the best view anyway. Ugh. How awesome was that, though? I mean, four pumps of the throttles and fired right up. I didn't even have to goose it. Pretty incredible. All right, now this is the port engine. 1 pump, 2 pump, 3 pump. One pump, 2 pump. Give her a little bit of throttle. There you go. And it's pretty quiet in the boat. Let's go back here. America! Woo! If I went any closer, I'd be in the splash zone. You guys can just see how smooth it is in here. Oh, I'm surprised she's still kicking. Oh, hello. Yeah. Sexy engines, small displacement, big blocks. Allegedly, these came out of a rotten Donzi. Guy pulled them out, saved them, shelved them, had them rebuilt, tested everything, like I said, rods, bearings, pistons, the dart. They aren't aluminum heads. These are cast iron heads, which is sweet. Full roller valve train. These things will run at 4,500, 5,000 RPM all day long, which is just absolutely sweet. And again, nice stuff here. I think it's a 150-gallon fuel tank, but Coosa board to stand on. Look how much room's in front of the engine to change a water pump impeller. We've got easy access to our drive trim pumps on the wall here. Battery access. Just worlds better than the 85. Now, granted, the 85 had the removable seat, which is sweet. But, yeah, big engine bay. You could put superchargers on here, no problem. You got plenty of clearance. It's plenty deep. This boat is, I believe, 6 inches wider than any other formula that they made leading up to this point in regards to their speedboat lineups. So that's pretty huge. The extra 6 inches goes a long way. And you can even tell, in the cockpit, there's probably an extra foot of cockpit space versus the 302, and then it's significantly wider than the 302 as well. So, yep, we'll just take a moment. Oh, and then you see the hoses straight back there. That's the hydraulic steering. The guy installed that through the hull. He even custom welded on extra like 10 inches of stainless 4-inch pipe to the headers through the hull. So, you know what? If something looks like this, it better be loud. Certainly you didn't think I was going to leave you guys hanging. Let's get this thing out on the water and take it for a rip. System's good, battery's good. Got half a tank of new 93 ethanol in there. Just check the oil for the drives and the engines and the transmissions. Everything's looking good. Let's give her an old crank. One pump. Might need another pump. Now that's what we're talking about. Love that. My port engine, which we just replaced all the spark plugs on, is giving me a little trouble, but there we go. That's better. The port engine's definitely peppier than the starboard right now because we just replaced all the spark plugs. Don't you die on me. All right, off to the races. Blower, depth finder, and don't hit the boat that's driving right at me. How about that? Just catch a vibe real quick. Engines are warming up. They hold right at about 150 once they're warm. High pressure oil pumps. This gauge doesn't work, but everything else is good to go. I mean, it's just a vibe, and it's loud as heck. Phew. Interior could use some more love, but we will get there. I also, sorry, but I've ran this boat without you being on board, and was only doing about 60 miles an hour, wide open, about just shy of 5,000 RPM. So I think she's got some more left in the tank. Need to play with props, and previous owner said don't be afraid to trim the drives way up once you're wide open. So we'll do some messing around and try to get mid 60s out of her. These aren't fast boats. These boats go 65, 70 at most. I mean, this one has a little more horsepower than they came stock, but it's still just a heavy boat. All right, here we go. A beautiful sound. 3,800 RPM. About 40 miles an hour. A little faster than 40 miles an hour. Really smooth. 140 temperature, 75 pounds oil pressure. Well, I mean, listen to them sync up. It's incredible. Look at my drives at like 2, my tabs at 3. There's a lot of boats out here too. Just slices right through waves. It's amazing. Those are some big boys. Big rollers. Oh, baby. It's a strange feeling being able to beat everybody. Like, you know, get in front of people. Normally I'm used to crossing or like having to duck behind other boats, but this thing, you just punch the throttles and zip right in front or around people. It's pretty amazing. All right, let's take the tabs all the way off. That's no tab, drives at 2. We'll hammer down right here. Hang in there. 3,800. 44. That's wide open. $5,000. Add a little wake. Big old wakes. Oh man, wow. Oh buddy, this thing's just a big toy. You know, I know all boats are toys, but this one is literally just a toy. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. All right, hang on, we're gonna do a big duck in here. Guys, the boat loves going 40, 45. I know everyone always is worried about top speed and all that, but these big formulas were never made to go 80 miles an hour. I mean, going 70 in these things is probably as big as you can go with naturally aspirated engines. It just hums, even at 3,000. I mean, that's 35 miles an hour and it's just smooth. It's way faster than I ever went in the Pursuit anywhere. Let me go back here and see if I can get some more drone footage. Put my Chase Briscoe hat back on. Yeah, this is, I mean, it's just a big toy, guys. And I just love that it just works. 150, 155, 35 pounds oil pressure. Charging 950 RPM. Saying I'm in really shallow water. I don't think I am. Once she's warmed up, she idles really nicely. I'm gonna flush the engines with fresh water when I get back to the dock, and probably would do me some good to change some impellers. But I mean, that's about all I got, crew. This thing is a beast. These old 357 SR1s were heavy. This thing probably weighs over 10,000 pounds. It's got nearly 1,200 horsepower. naturally aspirated big block. And yeah, I mean, somebody's updated it, sprayed it. It's not perfect. The seats have stains, the seats have scuffs, but heck of a deal. I'm definitely gonna clean this thing up, use it for a while, and who knows? I am in need of another boat that is easy for the family to enjoy. So I'm thinking of getting a Formula 350 bow rider. I need space and I want to be able to host a bunch of people. This boat's fun, but I think, you know, I think we might use it for a little while, and I'm not sure how many Formula 350 bow riders out there have twin 600 horsepower big blocks in them, but there might be one here in the near future. So thanks for checking in, guys. As always, like and subscribe. Sorry for the long-term hiatus. Life has been busy and hectic, but I really appreciate all the love that you guys have given me and this channel. We'll catch you next time. See ya. Desk pop. Oh yeah. Yep. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. It's just intoxicating. It's absolutely intoxicating. A little bonus footage action from the bow. You guys are gonna see him in a second, but I am definitely disrupting some old-timer fishermen that are very close to me at the moment. Look at that bow. I mean, come on. Staring over, it's incredible. I still got some more wet sanding and polishing to do, but I love it. Yeah, baby. And the thing about these boats, I think I've talked about it before, but the visceral reaction, people either love it or hate it. Hate it because of the sound, love it because of the looks and the sound. No one hates the looks. Some people hate the sound. Some people love the looks and the sound. I'd say overall net, boat looks and sound negate those that don't like the overall sound. I think that's what we call the definition of boy math. I'll put you guys back, don't worry, but I just want to admire my custom carpet that's filthy right now. These massive bolsters, 6 feet of cockpit width. Well, let's get her up on plane here, boys and girls. K-planes down to 3. Drives at 0. Who's ready? Blowers on, depth finders on. Hat off. It's only 2,600. We're already doing 30 miles an hour. Don't you love that? Let's go outrun some Tiaras and Beechams. Drives out. Man, some big rollers. Huge rollers. There's some big old boats going by today. Big old boats. Woo. Let's see if we can cross this up. Oh yeah. Hello. crazy. I cannot believe that there are people tubing out here right now. That's actually insane. Absolutely insane. And a pontoon boat. Wild. Flippin' wild. Don't get me wrong, guys. It's not like this 36-foot boat is just going to defeat waves. I mean, it's still a 36-foot boat. You know, you got to time your waves properly and cut where you need to. I mean, and with this thing being 38 years old, I mean, it's had its years of already crushing waves. So everything's solid, but you don't want to go just frickin' beating her up for no reason. Look at this guy just hauling. We're talking like 3-foot rollers here. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Don't stuff the bow. Don't stuff the bow. We're good. Hello. Hello. I love these boats. You can just cut them back to idle and they just keep gliding off plane. There's no other boats that do that. Well, I mean, I'll say big boats. That's a lot of power.